Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I hope you are all doing well today. My name is Dr. Tatas Broto Sudarmo, and I'm delighted to be here with my colleague, Leonina Garajan. Together, we proudly serve as the EURAXESS Worldwide Representative for ASEAN. So I want to extend a warm greeting to all of you researchers, students, and scholars joining us from across our vibrant ASEAN region. Welcome to our webinar on how to pursue a PhD in Europe. So this is exciting time for those of you considering PhD journey, and we are thrilled to guide you through this process today. Just last week, we hosted a webinar on Horizon Europe, which is the world's largest publicly funded multilateral research and innovation grant initiative supported by European Union. And today marks our second webinar in this new year, 2025. As many of you know, we are still in the festive spirit. And in fact, next week, many of us in ASEAN region will be celebrating the Lunar New Year. A new year signifies what? Signifies new life, new opportunities, new goals. For those of you actively seeking PhD position, this is a pivotal moment. A PhD can open a myriad of career pathways, whether in academic research, teaching, consulting, entrepreneurships, or industry research and development. So in this spirit of this new beginning, our focus today will be on the Marie Skłodowska-Curie Action Doctoral Networks program. This initiative provides exceptional support and resources for doctoral candidates, fostering international collaboration and enriching experiences. So without further ado, let's embark on this journey together and explore the exciting pathways to pursuing a PhD in Europe. Let's get started, and I would like to invite Leonie. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Tatas, for the introduction and a warm welcome to our participants. Lovely to meet you, and hopefully we are going to meet you also in person when we do our missions throughout the year across ASEAN. So what is on our agenda today? We will start with a short survey, because while we are not seeing you, you see us, but we are not seeing you, we at least would like to know where you're from. What are your aspirations, and maybe also what is your knowledge of the MSCA doctoral networks? So that will be our beginning. We'll set our goals immediately afterwards, and these will be introducing to you Horizon Europe. What is Horizon Europe? Tatas has partially already hinted that it is the largest funding framework for research worldwide. But what are its various cooperation schemes? This is something I will take over, and also introduce you briefly then to the Marie Skłodowska-Curie Actions. In more detail, however, the opportunities under a doctoral networks and how you can pursue your PhD in Europe. And we will finish with important tools and resources. So Tatas will then take over again. It will be a mix between a slide deck as well as live presentation. Don't worry if it sometimes appears a bit fast. It has two reasons. Number one, we would like to keep this within 1 hour, this webinar. Number two, there's a lot of content, but don't worry, we are sharing the slides, we are sharing also the recording, so you can follow up, and there's enough time for questions as well. So let's get to know you, our audience. This is the QR code. We will do this on Menti. I leave it for a short while before I hand over back to Tatas, who is then running the Menti survey.
Thank you, Leonie. And we have a couple of questions for this Menti matter, and we would love to have you all join in this Menti meters. Okay, can see people joining this Mentimeter. So we have participant at the moment 65. I hope also increasing and joining our pools today in the Mentimeter. Please join us. We will have so that we will know from where you come from. Now we reach 26. Let's wait until about 25, 35, yeah, 35. Then we can start our Mentimeter. Thirty-one. We are waiting you to join with us. Thirty-two, 33. Let's join our Mentimeter. 34. Okay, let's begin our Mentimeter. The first question, how familiar are you with Horizon Europe? You can choose not familiar at all, familiar, or very familiar. Let's have a look. Wow. So most of you not familiar with Horizon Europe, but some of you familiar, and small number of our participants today very familiar. Okay, the next questions. How about Marie Skłodowska-Curie Actions? Are you familiar, or are you not familiar, or very familiar even? So most of our participants today not familiar at all with Marie Skłodowska-Curie Actions. And next questions. Please, what is actually the specific field or discipline are you interested in pursuing for your PhD? We have options here from life sciences, social sciences, physics, chemistry, engineering, economics, mathematics, or environment. Well, we have most of the participants would like to pursue in the field of life sciences, but also we have also social sciences. It's good news. From environment, and then engineering, from economic, chemistry, physics, but also in mathematics. Next questions. What aspect of pursuing a PhD are you most concerned about? Are you concerned about how to find a supervisor or how to secure funding? When I joined PhD, I remember I also have to think about how to secure funding, yeah, for my PhD. And then navigating the application process, or maybe some of you, your most concern is about adapting a new culture. Of course, when we are moving to Europe, we need to adapt the culture there. Yeah. So the securing funding is the most concern for most of our participants today, Leonie. So I think this is a good news for us. Yeah. Okay, and also how to find supervisor. We will also tackle that. And so navigating application process, adapting new cultures will be the fourth. And then we would like to ask you, do you have the EU login account? We are very happy. Some of you say, yes, I have EU login account, but many of you do not have. Yeah. And we will guide you today as well. This is very important to have this EU login account. Okay, next questions. Do you have a researcher profile on EURAXESS platforms? We have our EURAXESS platform. You can Google it in web browser, and most of the participants here do not have researcher profile on our EURAXESS platform. Some of you, yes, have it. Okay, the next questions. From which country are you logging in today? Yeah. To see where is the participant from our ASEAN region, from Indonesia, apa kabar from Philippines. I forgot how to say in the Philippines, although last year we visited Manila. And then we have from non-ASEAN country over there. I think in the chat, somebody from Belgium there. Hello, good morning. If you are in the European side, good afternoon. We have from Malaysia, we have from Myanmar. We are very glad to have you here, from Thailand, from Vietnam, from Brunei Darussalam. Okay, I think that's all for today. Our Mentimeter and the times. I would like to give it to Leonie for the floors, please, Leonie.
Thank you so much, Tatas. Good to see that we have a spread across ASEAN when it comes to our participants, and also a good diversity of disciplines which you're representing. So Tatas is actually from the biochemistry side. I'm from the social sciences, and we're in the top, I think, here represented today. I think most of you are from life sciences and social sciences. But as I said, great that we have a good diversity here, because what we are talking today obviously affects all of you across the different disciplines, so opportunities are out there. So what are our goals for today? Yes, some of you are quite familiar with Horizon Europe, but there has been also a significant portion who has not heard yet about it or is not yet that familiar. So we hope that afterwards you have a good overview of this funding framework. You are registered at the EURAXESS portal and set up your profile, not only having the EU login account, but also a profile on the EURAXESS platform. You are connected with us on social media, so it was nice to see at the beginning that several of you already liked us on Instagram and on Facebook, so we heard the little notifications in the back. And we hope that afterwards you feel confident about the different PhD programs this MSCA Doctoral Networks offers, and you know how to apply and what are the key steps, the magic keys, which Tatas will explain later as well. So let's start with Horizon Europe. And I see some of you have already asked questions. For example, Friendly, I would assume, yes, Friendly, you're from the Netherlands. Your question we will answer later, but keep on posting, and some of it might be responded while we are presenting. If not, then we will take care of this throughout the presentation and at the end. So what is Horizon Europe? We mentioned it now several times, probably because it is also very important to understand that it is Europe's and the world's largest funding program for research and innovation. The budget is almost impossible to imagine, 95 billion euros for a period of 6 years, from 2021 to 2027. And why does the EU invest and spend so much money on this field? The challenges the world is facing today are tremendous. We need to tackle climate change. We have only a few years left to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. And the EU is also keen on boosting its competitiveness and growth. So for this budget is allocated because a the EU believes in international cooperation. The EU wants to strengthen the impact of research and innovation. And of course, we need to share excellent knowledge and technologies. So this slide gives you an overview of this complex large funding framework. You will see different pillars. I leave this slide on for a short while, but in our case, we will only focus on pillar 1, which is also called the pillar on excellent science. And you will see here 3 research schemes or funding schemes and programs where we will focus on one only, the Marie Skłodowska-Curie Actions, but 2 are relevant for ASEAN researchers. And these are the MSCA Actions and the funding under ERC. So very briefly on maybe first the ERC, because we are not tackling this today, but it is good for you to know for long-term planning. This program is for individual researchers from all over the world for long-term grants and to work on high-risk, high-gain pioneering projects. So when you have a bit further advanced your academic and research career, this would be something for you. It is good to know it now, to have a look out. But we are focusing on the MSCA actions and programs, and this includes the doctoral networks, postdoctoral fellowships, and staff exchanges. And interestingly, the MSCA is relevant for both individual researchers as well as institutions. Let me now go a bit more into detail. What are Marie Skłodowska-Curie Actions? Why is it called Actions? Actions is, well, just another term for programs for different funding schemes. Here are they listed, the doctoral networks, the PFs, the staff exchanges. There's also a program called CoFund and MSCA and Citizens, but these are more programs which are relevant in the European context solely. So we will focus on, I will give a brief introduction on the first 3 and then go into detail on the first one. So for the 3 types of MSCA actions relevant for you as an institutions and individual researchers, the doctoral networks is one which is at the top here. This is basically a doctoral program set up by several organizations in Europe and also across the world. That's why it's called multi-beneficiary action, because there are many beneficiaries, these organizations, which receive grants from the Commission to set up this program. And this doctoral program can be inside and outside of the academia and includes a standard doctoral network, industrial doctorates, and joint doctorates. When it comes to the second type of MSCA, these are postdoctoral fellowships. Here we call them mono-beneficiary actions. We are talking about one researcher, and it's a postdoctoral training program for a certain research project and helps the researcher to develop skills for the academia, but also beyond the academia. Apologies, this was too fast to click. And the last one again is a multi-beneficiary action called staff exchanges. These are for not only researchers, but also those who work in research management, in administration, but linked to a research project. So these are short-term international and intersectoral exchanges to not only enhance research and organizational capacity, but obviously also the individuals. What connects them all are the typical MSCA features. All of them will provide whoever is awarded with that grant a solid training and skills and career development plan. It is a very international, cross-sectoral, interdisciplinary program. It will provide you with attractive working and employment conditions. Earlier in the mentee survey, you highlighted that one of your key concerns is how you can fund your PhD. So later we will show you under this program, if you're funded, you can be sure that you can solely focus on your research and there will not be financial concerns. A strong component under MSCA is also that it focuses on structuring impact on organizations through its programs, and there is a very strong collaboration with the industries and the small medium enterprises. So now we come to our MSCA Doctoral Networks. As I mentioned to you before, it networks. Why is it called like that? Because it is a doctoral program set up by various organizations, several institutions, to train you, hopefully in the future, to become a creative, entrepreneurial, innovative, and resilient doctoral candidate. There are three types of these programs. One is the standard doctoral program. Here, the participant implements a joint research based on the program focus itself. Joint supervision is encouraged by the organizations who have set up this doctoral network. And a secondment is possible for a maximum of 1/3 of your doctoral duration. The next one is the industrial doctoral program. As the name says, it is a doctoral training outside academia with the non-academic sector. You should spend a minimum of 50% of your time in the non-academic sector. There are no limitations for secondments. Here, however, a mandatory joint supervision is required for you. And the last one is the joint doctoral program, which delivers a joint double or multiple degree from at least one EU member state and one associate country institution. There are also here no limitations for secondments, and the joint selection supervision is mandatory. With regards to the key elements of the doctoral network, some of you might recognize a little bit the elements from the MSCA features, but we have listed them here again for you. Focus is on international mobility, it's on intersectoral secondments. A key focus is that you will receive an appropriate supervision as well throughout your research time. The focus is on transferable skills training next to research-related skills training, and you will have a clear career development plan. As Tatas highlighted at the beginning of this webinar, there are many options for you in the market after you have received your PhD, be them either a continuation in research or be them in the industry, in consultancy. So this will allow you also to plan for the future. We have representatives from all these disciplines, I think, here in our audience, and these doctoral networks, cover also all the disciplines. We will show you later when Tatas does a live presentation on our EURAXESS portal how you can find a vacancy in your own discipline. Now let's talk a bit about eligibility. The good news is, independent from your nationality, you are eligible to apply if you do not have a PhD degree at the time of the recruitment. The mobility also says that no residency or main activity is conducted in the country of the recruiting institutions for more than 12 months in the last 36 months prior to the recruitment. So we will later have to check on the question which our Dutch participant has asked. Can she do a PhD? So we will check your background a bit more to give you a proper answer for this. And you're enrolled in a doctoral program leading to a PhD in at least one EU country or associate country to Horizon Europe. When it comes to the funding of this doctoral degree which you are aspiring, here the good news is when you look at the table, the living allowance and the mobility allowance will ensure that you can focus solely on your research. The living allowance here is marked with a little asterisk. Of course, this depends also in which country you will be doing your PhD. So there's a country correction coefficient which applies. There is a family allowance in some cases. Should you, for example, move with your spouse or if you have children. It allows you also to take a long-term leave allowance. For example, this could apply to sick leave or to pregnancy, maternity leave. And there's a special needs allowance, but this is applicable based on certain conditions. And not so relevant for you right now because this is more the institutional unit contribution, but it also supports the organization where you would pursue your PhD. Do we have an example of an MSCA Doctoral Network candidate? Yes, we have. And this person actually is sitting here in the room, and you see him because Tatas has been a beneficiary. He is an MSCA alumni, and I'm very happy to share with you a little bit of Tatas' journey before he became a professor. So he was kind enough to share the original researcher agreement. And now you can look at the time. You can even like calculate now back Tata's age, how long he has been working in research, because in 2007, that's when his doctoral training started. And the agreement was done between Tatas and the University of Glasgow, and he finished it in 2010, so 3 years in time. As I mentioned before, Tatas comes from biochemistry, and he was part of the doctoral network BioMORE, bio-inspired molecular optoelectronics. So what was Tatas' journey more in detail? Let's first focus on the beneficiaries. So these are the organizations that set up the doctoral network, which was funded under the European Union. And then there are associated partners who joined this doctoral network, but they didn't receive direct funding from the EU. The main coordinator of Tata's doctoral network was the Institute Technical of Milan in Italy. But there were a few other organizations which joined this consortium. So here we can see the various countries where they came from, and these were all academic institutions. Tatas, first to the associate partners. So these associated partners were a university as well as a research institute, and then an industry partner in Switzerland. So now let's see where Tatas comes here in on board. Tatas signed an agreement with the University of Glasgow, but as part of his PhD program, he also had a stint in Italy, in Milan. And from Milan, he went to Germany for a secondment. And then he went to CERN in France, also did parts of his PhD there, before he did his last secondment at IBM in Switzerland, and then returned back to Glasgow. So this is in a way a beautiful example of showcasing how interdisciplinary, how intersectoral, but also this MSCA doctoral network program could be for you, but also how much this program supports mobility between the sectors, between the countries. So I hope you're interested, and I hope you would like to know now what are the next steps. And Tatas will guide you through this. Tatas, I hand over back to you while I'm clicking still the slides.
Thank you, Leonie. So now I think it's more, we are going to deep more information about important tools and also resources for an application. So next slides. If you look at, if you want to get this PhD opportunities, you need keys, and we have this magic key. Yeah, the first one that you need to have is an EU login account, and the second step, if you have this EU login account, create EURAXESS profile, and then afterwards you need to understand the MSCA eligibility and also application requirements, and then you go search and then get familiarize yourself with the search functions on the EURAXESS platforms. Next slides. Okay, here we have the QR code. You can scan this QR code and get EU login account. sign in. Usually you need also to have this kind of you have to put what will be your account, your name, your emails, and also your details, and to have this EU login account. Next slide. Yeah, and then afterward, you need to create EURAXESS. Later on, I will show you in detail to create the EURAXESS profile. That you with this profile, you are able to make use of all the informations and all the search functions in this portal. Yeah, create your profile in the EURAXESS. Next slide. These are examples of myself. So I create myself a profile about my details, but also information about myself, my research, and so on. Next slide. So what is EURAXESS? I think before I promise you to let you know about the training. So I would like to share you this. Yeah, you can search EURAXESS in Google. Let's say EURAXESS ASEAN or EURAXESS. You can click, and then you can go to that to home means the EURAXESS. If you log in here, yeah, you will be asked use your EU login account. Yeah, and this is why you need to have this EU login account. Or if you can create this EU login account by clicking this bars, yeah, and then they will get you to this and the whole forms that you need to fill out, and then to create this account. I already have my account, so I would like to switch to other search engine here. So to guide you, if you have already this account, let's go first EURAXESS ASEAN, and then here I have EURAXESS ASEAN, and then if you already signed in, yeah, and then you have this My EURAXESS. In My EURAXESS, basically, you can click, and then you have your user account, and then also you have researcher profile that you can update your researcher details. For example, about your CV. Also, you can also put there your CV and so on and so forth. Okay, let's look at the EURAXESS portal. I would like to finish maybe, and then we will return back to the PPT about what is actually EURAXESS. So in the EURAXESS portal, in the home, you will find out many information about this one. You can have a look our database, because EURAXESS is the biggest database, the largest database in Europe related to the researchers' mobilities, career development. One of the most important tools is here, jobs, funding, and hosting opportunities. This is very useful for you. And then also expert career guidance. Expert career guidance is about how you navigate yourself if you want to have a new to this career development. If you look at go into detail, there will be like examples of definitions. For example, if you are looking for PhD program, then you are counted as R1, first stage researcher or a doctoral candidate. This is important for you. I will back here in the main EURAXESS portal, and then click here, job funding and hosting opportunities. Yes, and then you will have this portal. Search for jobs opportunities. Jobs opportunities means any types of jobs. And for you who are looking for PhD position, and this is the gateway for you, basically. Yeah. So what you need is, if you are looking for this PhD position, you can use this search jobs opportunities. For examples, you can click in the country that you would like to go there, or maybe just leave it there, and then you can click here, researcher profile, select first stage researchers, and then of course positions, you are looking for PhD positions, and then the funding type, you can leave it that's empty, and then funding program, this is important. Choose Horizon Europe is one of our program today, and then apply filters. So here we have 9 at the moment open positions. Yeah, for example, if we can go scroll down here, there are positions, research grant position for PhD. I can click here, and then let's have a look. And this is research grant positions, chemistry, in the field chemistry, PhD position in Portugal, and this is for full-time. Application deadline will be end of this January. So if you are interested in this, you have to hurry up. So for example, there are offer descriptions into detailed description related to these calls. Yeah, this is open position. And then let's have a look at the other ones. This is also interesting position. For examples, in Germany, a research fellow position is PhD position. So I think this is nice for you. And then application deadline is 31st of January. So you have to be hurry up, of course. Here it's related to the automotive engineering, computer science. So if you are interested in this, you can follow up. So these are how you use the portal. And then one of the important parts of the portal is, of course, in jobs and opportunities. There, I have told you about, I have guided you about the search for jobs, yeah. And then let's have a look again here, because sometimes you will get more opportunities here. Let's go into researcher first stage, and then position PhD positions, and then funding program, Horizon Europe, apply for filters. So I repeat again the process, yeah, and you receive these informations. Okay, the next one is actually find researchers. Yeah, find researchers. Find researchers can be like finding your future supervisor, or a researcher for host. You can also search here offer for researchers or organization that offers these PhD positions. You can search through that. Why you can these items very interesting, because when you are when you have your own profile in the EURAXESS portal, for example, you can be find out by your supervisor, future supervisor. For example, this is myself. I put my name, Tatas, and here I have my profiles, details, and related to myself. Yeah, you can do this. We suggest you to have this portal familiarize with this portal, and use into maximum opportunities. Okay, let's come to our PPT again, Leonie, and maybe Leonie would like to guide you through. what is EURAXESS.
Thank you.
I cannot hear your voice.
Oh, sorry, I switched the slide, but I forgot to unmute myself. I was focusing on responding to a question. Sorry for that. So EURAXESS is the largest pan-European initiative to foster researchers' mobility. You can imagine, envision, see EURAXESS as an EU-funded program, which helps promote researcher mobility and career development. And this is like a large network of people, of institutions also, which are working worldwide to strengthen scientific collaboration and to open your doors for these endless opportunities under Horizon Europe. EURAXESS Worldwide is a network of 9 hubs. There are EURAXESS representatives in each country in Europe as well, but worldwide we have these 9 hubs. You can see Tatas and me in ASEAN, but we have colleagues in North America, in Latin, South America, in Africa, as well as in Korea, India, in Australia, and Japan. I hope I didn't forget anybody of my colleagues right now. So we will, and we are taking care of researchers' requests and inquiries in the respective region. At a glance, EURAXESS showed you, Tatas showed you already the platform. It is a comprehensive information platform. In fact, one of the largest job portals for researchers, with so many thousands of vacancies listed throughout the year. A little tip from our side: it is important to check it frequently while we are sharing with you open calls for example, PhD vacancies, or for other postdoc fellowships, for example. We cannot monitor it in such detail for you due to these large numbers. So check it frequently if it applies to you. Tatas has showed you how to look for your respective discipline, because it is constantly updated and the information is constantly changing. What's in for researchers from Southeast Asia? We organize information sessions on Horizon Europe, like today, for example, as a webinar, but we do this also on site in different institutions. We conduct matchmaking sessions. We do workshops on research proposals and application writing. We have also alumni and networking events, and all of this should promote interregional scientific exchanges. Here are just some examples. You see a few activities in Thailand, in Malaysia. Our last one in 2024 was in the Philippines. Hopefully we will soon be in Brunei Darussalam for our first activity in 2025. So we have webinars, we promote open calls, and we work also with other EU-related organizations in the region. Register and join our community, because if you do that, you will receive our quarterly newsletter. We are also sending out once a week a flash note with key information. For example, that this webinar took place. If there is an urgent open call, which one of our partner organizations would like to promote, then we do this as well. What are the MSCA eligibility and application requirements? Tatas, should I do that, or do you want to go into this? Otherwise,
yes,
otherwise, okay, I continue. So here we have a dedicated MSCA website, which is run by the European Commission. Here, something important to note, that this website provides a lot of information for institutions, how to set up doctoral networks. But for individual researchers like you, if you would like to look for vacant positions, vacant PhD positions, then this website is rather general background information for you. You have to look directly on the EURAXESS portal, what Tatas has shown you. So when you go to the official Marie Skłodowska-Curie Actions website, you will find at the bottom of the page under Doctoral Networks exactly this link. If you want to apply for a vacancy, please visit EURAXESS. Where do I find PhD vacancies? I think Tatas has also already gone through this. But we have put it here again for you together. So once you receive the slide deck and you go through it in detail, maybe you watch the webinar again, then you will have all the slides here together. This is again the how to find your vacancy, a researcher profile, exactly the steps Tatas has shared with you. First, you check or you key in your researcher profile, then you key in your position, the funding program, and then you come up with a list of research results, but you obviously need to select your research field as well to make it more specific. So, and once you have done this, I just show you what would be the final outcome. So this person looked for a position in the field of environmental sciences and chemistry. So, so here this organization offers currently a PhD position. So you will, when you come to that page, you will have a proper job information. What is it about? The admission requirements, the financing scheme, the work plan. Here you also see the selection methods they are using during their application process. What do you need to submit for the application? It's all very detailed, where to apply. You even have contact, sometimes you even have the contact person listed here. Actually, here you have a dedicated email for this PhD offer. If you are in doubt, then you can reach out to us directly. These are our emails, and we will try to come back to you as soon as possible, usually within 3 to maximum 5 working days, depending if we are on a mission. And with this, this is our checklist. We hope that you gained a general overview of the Horizon Europe framework. You had time to at least open the EURAXESS portal so you can register later. You have connected with us on social media, and definitely you know, I got some idea what are the different PhD positions and how you could apply. So let's take a look at the Q&A and in the chat if there are any open questions.
Yes, Leonie, I think there are several questions, but almost the same. It is related to how to apply MSCA. They already got some of them. They already expecting to have this master's, or basically got the master degree, and then would like to apply through this program, and how to apply basically. And then also a question from our guest here is already got PhD. Yeah, I'm doing PhD in the Netherlands for 2nd years, and then is it possible if for this apply to get this MSCA? Is that possible? So I think these are most questions that are in our chat. So let us address this question. So Leonie mentioned about how you apply to this position for PhD. Basically is you are applying to the program that already set up by organizations, institutions that they and then they offer PhD positions under this MSCA. That's why what you need to do is to open our EURAXESS portal and then find out through your PhD position through that portal. Yeah.
If I can add to that, so in general, this program is for those who have not yet received a PhD. That's number one. Then you are eligible. So if you are currently doing already a PhD, then the key question would be, is your current PhD related to a larger program? Is it, for example, part of an existing MSCA doctoral network, which happened to have been established by one of your institutions? Because these MSCA PhDs are always linked to specific projects, which are set up by a consortia. So if you are doing a PhD which is not linked to that, then we have to check how you can do that. But in general, these PhDs are embedded in existing research projects which have been set up by institutions. That's why it's called doctoral network or doctoral networks. And for the person, I think, who's from Indonesia, so when it comes to the, you have not yet completed your degree, but you are already excited to apply. That is good that you are fast or forward thinking, but you would need to check in the requirements if it is possible for you to send your application in advance, because most of the time they require your certificates as well from the, at least when by the time of the application deadline for you to be considered. There's another question, I think now. Let me check.
I think this is interesting question, almost similar to the person from the Netherlands. This is the person in Belgium doing PhD. Maybe I would like to suggest talk to your supervisor. Maybe your supervisor interested in to join this project, because this project you cannot apply to this directly in this MSCA doctoral networks, because as Leonie mentioned, this is doctoral network set up by institutions, means lead by your supervisor. So your supervisor maybe can join with the whole consortiums to open kind of projects, and then you will be joining in this program. That is also the options.
Then I see a question here. Is there a chance to get accepted in PhD positions if I haven't published yet? Yes, there is a chance. So in some cases, when you look, when you browse through the requirements, these organizations might have this as a must-have, but that's not always the case. And there are many criteria which are also relevant for the recruiter, for the then supervisor, beyond publications. So this is partially linked to the question, you give us some tips on how to make my application stand out. This is obviously depends a little bit on your sometimes your research or your master thesis or is already standing out by itself because it's a niche area. But what is definitely always important is to showcase how you have also contributed during your time, for example, at university, to society, to the community, what kind of impact you wish to create as well in your work. How can you contribute to this research project or research program under the MSCA Doctoral Network? So there are different ways how to make your application stand out, but definitely don't overlook impact. It is a very important component, not only excellence, but impact as well.
I would like to promote again our portal, because when we visit our portal, actually you have not only you have this home and then jobs and opportunities, and then you have also living and working in Europe, and then you have these tools, career development tools. In the career development tool, if you click for researchers, basically you can scroll down and then you have these tools and resources. Actually, you have so many options of webinars and also trainings, which is recorded by EURAXESS. Our webinar today will be also uploaded in our YouTubes, but you can also use this portal, because in this portal, if you go through this portal, you can have this access to webinars and training about your question, how to create this nice proposal for your PhD, or convincing CV. Yeah, I remember at that time I do not know how to write a CV, and then I have to write CV as good as possible, because I graduated from Germany. It was physical chemistry, and then I moved to Glasgow. I joined Glasgow Biomedical Research Center, and how to tweak my CV, which is to support these applications. Yeah, visit our portal. Thank you, Lenny.
There's a question from Fatima from Africa. Thank you for joining us. But your qualifications are from Asia. I assume you're currently based here. Good question. Should I submit my application for EURAXESS ASEAN? The answer is no. Why? Because you always submit your application directly to the institution which is posting the vacancy. So EURAXESS is helping you with receiving the relevant information and provides these kind of info sessions, but none of your applications will end up on our desk unless we will meet you in person maybe, and we have a chat and a personally when we are on site at your institution during our trainings. Then we are happy to comment and give you some tips and advice, but applications are always sent directly to the institutions which post these vacancies. And then we have, again, somebody anonymous. I haven't searched yet, but is there an age limit for applying? This we can answer very strongly, no. Again, there is no age limit. All of it is about lifelong learning. The key point here is that you haven't received your PhD when you are applying. So independent if you are 21, 42, or 83 and still fit with your mind, you can apply. And let me see if there's any other question. Laurenzi from, that is somebody from Indonesia as well, from Manado, beautiful. Without creating our profile, we can't apply the EURAXESS portal. No, you can access EURAXESS. You can also search. That is not an issue. The reason why we recommend you to create your profile is that you are visible as well on the portal for other researchers, independent if you have not yet received your PhD. So the idea is that this EURAXESS platform and portal is really for people to connect and to have, to basically facilitate cooperation. So if you would like to be visible with your profile at an early stage as a junior researcher, we call it, please do so. And then we have a question from Iyad: what documents are required for the MSCA scholarship? And is it mandatory to have publications? It depends again on the requirements of this of the hosting institution, but usually it is not required. But check this please again, and all the details are listed on the EURAXESS platform. Okay. Any other question? Otherwise, I'm looking at the time. We have 2 more minutes. We are within the given 1 hour. Some of you might already preparing for getting back home in the evening traffic, like from university home, or maybe you're at a workplace. Any more questions? Let's check our general chat.
I have
repeat
in the chat to create links to create a login account, and also links to log in into our EURAXESS portal. Yeah.
I think there's Maria who said that you're doing your PhD first year in Belgium and your supervisor is at the university in Indonesia. Yeah, check, maybe this is already an MSCA project. Do you think as an EMJM alumni has more chances to be accepted for a PhD position? It is always good to showcase, credentials and to showcase if you have been active in different programs. So definitely put it in your application. Astri, yes, you can get the PowerPoint. We will also send you a short email after this webinar to summarize, not to summarize the discussion, but to share with you the slide deck, the recording, and also to send you some important links. I think with this, in case we have overlooked your question, please reach out to us directly. You can do so by email or also via social media. You can also connect with us on social media. With this, we're looking at the time. It's Singapore at 6 o'clock. In Jakarta, it's
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. We would like to thank you very much for being with us during this 1 hour. We hope that we will meet you one day in person and even keep more. So fingers crossed that this webinar has inspired you to check out the EURAXESS platform, to be more familiar with the MSCA and to consider an application in the future. With this, we close our session and wish good evening.
Good evening and all the best and success for all of you. And for next week, for you who are celebrating the New Year, Lunar New Year, Happy New Year.
Kong Si Fa Chai. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.